Welcome to Fishing Lone Star. My name is Jeremy. This is a new series I'm going to title Raw and Uncut. And it just so happened that as I was planning this series 2 days ago, this whole event unfolded at a walleye fishing tournament, I believe on Lake Erie up north. Now, I've never fished for walleye. I've really only fished in a couple of charity tournaments. So this is really less about walleye fishing, more about cheating, lying, and deception that happens in bass fishing. I've seen it in many forms in several ways. I'm going to talk about some of it today. I'm not going to name any names, but I am going to call some things out that I think absolutely need to stop. You need to be aware of as a consumer, whether you're buying products, whether you're following pros or social media influencers, guys in the bass fishing world, etc. There's just some crap that's gone on that needs to stop. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to start though with the tournament that just happened. This walleye fishing, the sinkers and other crap, literally, that was being stuffed in this fish to make them weigh more. Let me show you a quick clip though. I'm going to give credit to the gentleman who shared this video so you can go see the whole entirety of it. I'm just going to show you a couple of quick clips of the video. What you're going to see is the weigh-in, all right? And then after that, you're going to see kind of how the whole thing unfolded. You'll hear when you watch the whole thing, again, I'll link it below. When you watch the whole thing, you'll hear people saying there's no way they caught 33 pounds. There's no way those fish weighed that much. You'll hear people say like those fish weren't even as big as your fish. And I believe the second place team was 16 pounds. They weighed in, if I'm not mistaken, 33 pounds with 4 or 5 fish. But even if it was 5 fish, all right, 5 into 33, almost 35 is almost a 7-pound average fish. I've caught 7 and 8 pound largemouth in my lifetime. I know those walleye did not even come close to weighing 6 or 7 pounds a piece. All right, by now you've probably all seen the up close camera angle of one of the tournament guys. Again, I don't even know the guys' names. This isn't about calling people out. Plenty of other people have called those gentlemen out for what they did. It's disgusting. It's sickening to I would say to do that to a fish, but also to do that for the sake of trying to win and to beat someone else who hopefully did things the right way. But let me just address this. If you're angered by seeing what happened in that tournament and by seeing anglers stuff weight inside of fish, that's what this video is about. I'm going to call some things out that you also need to be aware of that's happening in this industry. First though, this happens often. I fish all the time with different people. One of my goals is to kind of meet as many people as I can and take them fishing with me. So whether it's people that are other influencers, other people who just reach out on the page, I take as many veterans fishing as I can. I just enjoy that. But anyways, in talking to all those people, I hear stories all the time of guys who are stuffing weights inside of fish. Not to that degree, which by the way, that was extremely dumb to put in enough weight for your fish to weigh 33 pounds. And one thing in the video they say is they caught them in 70 foot of water halfway down suspended. I'm like, come on now. I mean, first of all, your fish were egregiously overweight. And second of all, you're going to say you caught them in 70 foot of water, but only 35, 40 foot down suspending. I don't know how walleye fishing works, but that seems pretty unreasonable to me. Anyways, I digress. Putting weights inside of fish apparently happens often in the tournament world. It's one of the reasons why I don't fish tournaments. There's way too much cheating that happens. Now, I have fished 3 charity events, all right? 3 different tournaments, all 3 of them supporting veterans. It's one of the causes that I firmly get behind. I'm not a vet myself, but I absolutely want to support our veterans and our troops. And so I do dedicate my time and resources to raising awareness or money for veterans groups. It's one of the things I enjoy doing. And in those 3 charity tournaments, 3 different times, I've actually seen people cheating inside of those tournaments. Like I've witnessed it firsthand, not from another person, but I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes, like people tossing dead fish out of their live well so they didn't get points deducted. that happens a lot. So if you're going to be upset about people cheating on one side, you better be upset about any form of cheating as well. So people culling dead fish, meaning taking them out of the live well, chunking them in the water, and not bringing them to weigh in, because a lot of times, A, that counts as one of your fish, but B, you also get weight deducted. So guys will say, well, I'm not going to weigh in that dead fish. Anybody looking? Oh, no. Well, there goes the dead fish. I'm just going to toss it. All right. Now, one of the tournaments I did fish, I actually did bring in a dead fish. It was unfortunate. It's the first fish that's ever died in my live well. It sucked, but I brought it in. I told the game warden, I told the tournament director, and unfortunately, it became turtle food. It sucks, but I'm a man of my word, and I feel like any man should be, because at the end of the day, like, your word sometimes is all you have. And the minute you lose your credibility, it's gone. It's very hard to get back. So I don't know. I think if you're not gonna like one form of cheating, don't like any other forms of cheating. Another one is people sometimes will have their a box stashed somewhere, right, where they can run to. They've already caught fish days before. They run to it, they open the box, and they grab their fish out of it. That happens a lot. People have been caught doing it. Again, that's cheating. I've seen other people that have gotten additional money given to them if they were wearing a particular shirt that was part of the tournament, or if they were doing something within a particular time frame or using a particular lure. They gave them like bonus dollars that flat out lied about that, and have literally taken money from a charity tournament for veterans by lying and saying they did one of those things. I can't get behind it. I've seen tournament guides. I'm sorry, not tournament guides. I've seen professional guides on Lake Fork try to weigh in an illegal fish. So on Lake Fork, there's a slot between 16 and 24 inches that you cannot keep a fish between 16 and 24 inches. I've seen a guide on Lake Fork bring in a fish over 16 inches, which is illegal. Like you get fined by the game warden for doing it. It's illegal. It's against the law. It's against the tournament rules, but it's against the law. And as a guide on Lake Fork, you absolutely know better. And I've still seen them try to weigh in fish over 16 inches, again, to win a charity tournament. I only share these things just to simply say cheating happens a lot. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's cowardly. I can't get behind it. I never will. And I won't stand for it. Now, we talked about kind of the lying that happens. Let's now talk about, we talked about the cheating that happens. Let's talk about the lying and the deception that happens as well. Now, I've never talked about this on my channel because I don't ever want to be someone that's like calling someone out, so I'm not going to name names. But between professional anglers and influencers, if you will, one thing that I will never do on this channel, I will never mislead you to believe that I caught a fish with a particular lure when I didn't. Now, I film a lot of videos for MonsterBass. You see their banner hanging behind me. I film a lot of videos for their channel. A lot of times they'll ask me, say, hey, go out and use this lure. We want you to try to catch fish. And then talk about how you use it, etc. I have never filmed a video where I have used a different lure but then held up a fish with the lure I'm supposed to be filming with in its mouth, right? It's called hanging a bait on the side of the fish's mouth to show you that I caught this fish with that lure. When in reality, I use this lure. That happens all the time, guys, all the time. In fact, some of the professional anglers that you see on TV, YouTube as well, but even TV, recording professional fishing shows are taking a fish that's already been caught and putting it on the hook and letting it swim off and then pushing play and setting the hook and reeling it back in. Or they're catching fish maybe somewhere else and telling you that it was caught over here. Or they're catching fish on a different lure and then telling you they caught it on this one. I don't really care. It may not be a big deal to you, but to me, it's flat out lying and being deceitful. And what's even worse is there actually are some companies out there, some brands, right? Whether it be rod, reel, line, baits, lures, whatever, that are okay with it as long as they get views and traction and sales. And I won't stand for that here on this channel, ever. Why I stand for that on this channel. So, look, if I go out and zero on a day or get skunked on a day, I just don't make the video or I don't post about it, but I'm certainly never going to lie. It's just not that big a deal. It's not, and your word is your word. The last thing I'll say is there's also, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. There are some social media influencers out there that time and time again are also being extremely deceitful and holding up other people's fish for the fame of making you believe or leading you to believe that that is their fish. I can't, I personally would never hold some other dude's fish and act like it was mine and take a picture with it or a video with it. I might take a picture or a video of them holding it and absolutely give them credit for catching it. And I may share it on my page or platform, but that's probably even happened maybe a handful of times in the 3 or 4 years I've been on Instagram. But even then, you better believe in the very first line of the caption, it says, this is so-and-so's fish. And I'm not holding it, and I'm not leading you to believe that I caught it, ever. But there's people that are flat out holding other people's fish and leading you to believe that it was them that caught it. Even if you comment and say, dude, great fish, how'd you catch that? Or, wow, that's an awesome fish. And they'll reply back, oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, it was a beast. Oh, yeah, it was a great day on the water. Like, they're not even telling you in the comments that it's not their fish. I don't know, guys. Like, that's just, that's a crappy thing to do. They're lying to you. They're deceiving you. They're lying on behalf of their sponsors and their partners. And the sad thing is some of them are okay with it. And I can't get behind that. I can't stand for it. I really can't. It's something on this page you'll never see. On this page, I won't stand for it. But I'm not going to call people out for it. It's not my place. At the end of the day, it's fishing. It's not that big a deal. I do this all for fun. But for the fish I do catch and the baits and lures that do work, I want to share those with you. I want to help you catch fish as well, but I'm never going to mislead you in doing it. On the tournament aspect, I'm going to cover a whole nother video of bass fishing tournaments. That's going to be a whole nother episode of Raw and Uncut of what I really think about professional fishing and bass tournaments. It's going to rub some people the wrong way. I don't mean for it to. I'm just sharing kind of my own opinion about bass tournaments, but in general, there's way too much cheating that goes on in bass tournaments for me to give my money and compete to win some back. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. And unless there's a fail-proof way to prevent cheating, I'm not going to. So that's unfortunate because I'm a competitor through and through. You probably never meet a more competitive person, but not with the state of affairs that are happening in today's world. It's unfortunate. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this particular episode of Raw and Uncut. It's the first one. We got some more to come. If you want me to address some topics, drop them below. Leave me your thoughts about the situation that happened and also other things that are happening in the bass fishing world. I'll try to comment on them and comment back to you and also make other videos in the future. Thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for checking out Fishing Lone Star. If nobody's told you today, God loves you, and so do I. Peace.